The part that I want all of you to get this morning. Because while you're going to all of the trainings and you're getting some wonderful training this weekend, you're learning how to recruit, you're learning how to get customers, you're learning all of that. But it does not mean a thing unless you realize what you really have your hands on. So I just want to take you back a little bit. Is it okay for me to go back with you guys just a few years? Is that okay? Because I want you to see what your life could be like if many of you put your heads down and you take this business seriously and you go to the top. Because I just take a look at the fact that, what if I hadn't found network marketing? I'd still be punching somebody's clock every single day, working from 9 to 5. But instead, because of this beautiful industry, I'm blessed to be able to get up in the morning and spend time with my children. For those of you who don't know it, from age 33 up until last year, I've been pregnant or nursing. Every year. My husband's made sure of that. We have 4 beautiful kids. But here's what I want to say to you. Had I been working in corporate America, I wouldn't be there when they get off on the bus stop. I wouldn't be able to be home when I'm pregnant and taking care of myself, making sure that I'm nurturing my child. I would be like a lot of my friends when you get out of the hospital trying to rush back, trying to figure out how much time you have for maternity leave versus saying this is the time where I'm going to enjoy my seeds. I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I'm going to enjoy my children. This is a life that I have given life. My husband and I, now we can spend that time, that quality time, and nurture them. I wouldn't be able to do that if I were punching that clock. Am I making sense to you? If I were still working a job today, I'd be faced with sitting down and working with people that I might not want to work with. Am I making sense to you? Versus being able to be in an arena like this with all of these positive, excited people every single day and being able to build my life and build my business on its own terms. But you know what else? I take a look at certain things, milestones that have happened over the past several years since I've been in this industry. And I remember when I got pregnant at 33, I remember going to Montgomery, Alabama to visit my mom. And for some reason, she said to me, you know, I don't want you to stay at the house. Why don't you just stay in a hotel with you being expecting there's some things going on with the house where, you know, I just don't want you in here because you need to take care of. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll get a room or whatever. And then I noticed she started flying more to see me than for me to see her. And the interesting thing was I just assumed that it was because I was always having kids and she just wanted to make it easy for me, easier for her than for me to load around 3-4 kids. But a couple years ago, I went home and I said, Mom, what's going on really? And I walked into my mother's house and the house had literally just started falling apart. No air conditioning, no heat, the roof leaking. And you know how you always question, but you know how you have that old school mom with pride? And I said to myself, Mom, you're not a tree. We can move. I said, Mom, it's not like it used to be, where in corporate America, I didn't have it. We got it now. And the next month, we moved her out of that home into a brand new spot. But I wouldn't have been able, thank you. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't understand the blessing that I have in this industry. And somebody in one of our meetings stood up last night and said, he's afraid because he knows that many of you don't get it. He says, I'm afraid because, and he's a leader, he's been a leader in this industry for many years, and he says, I'm afraid that you don't get it because you got it so easy. See, a lot of you, if this is your first network marketing business, you've got it so good, you got the best compensation plan that's out there. But because it's your first, you just don't know it. See, you've never experienced what a lot of us have experienced with different companies. You've never experienced getting an email saying it's over. You've never experienced not getting paid, but yet you're out there building every single day, but you don't get a check and everybody has an excuse. You've never experienced being in a company where all of a sudden you come up with this great product, but then all of a sudden you walk into Kroger and everybody has it on in the store now, and it was the one thing you were marketing. You haven't experienced when money gets tight because your product is priced higher. Nobody wants to buy it because they're saving money. See, you don't understand, I think, what you have your hands on. And it is my duty and my responsibility as a leader in 5 Links that by the time I exit this stage, you are going to have to understand the power of what you have your hands on and the power of this opportunity. Because I can talk to you about building, I can show you the psychology of recruiting, but until you understand the fact that this business allows you to travel the world, am I making sense to you? This business allows you the opportunity to retire when you want to versus when somebody else tells you you can. This business allows you the opportunity, if you want to make 10, 15, 20, 30, $100,000 per month, if you put the work in, they'll pay you. Versus somebody else on a job say, well, let us do your end of the year report and let us see if you're worth that 2% raise. Really? So my question to you this morning before I get started is very simple. I need to ask you a question. What are you worth? And I want you to think about your life right now. I want you to think about your daily method of operation. Getting up, punching a clock, building somebody else's dreams and goals so that somebody else can send their kids to private school, so that somebody else can retire their parents, so that somebody else can live their dreams, but yet we're showing up every single day.